I'm so fascinated by Jack Wright. The concept is just incredible. I'm curious, what drew you to be a part of this series?
Um, it's such a good show, isn't it? It's like have you seen it yet? I mean, it's a really great complex show. Um,
Yes.
but yeah, so what drew me to it is so I auditioned for a Chris Lang series quite a few years ago. So Chris Lang is the writer of the show, and he is a writer that and like a creator of content that a lot of actors are desperate to work with. So he just crafts these beautiful, multifaceted characters that weave in and out of different dynamics within stories. So as an actor, it's really delicious to kind of work on a show like that. So I was sent the script for an audition and I read it and I think I read like the first three episodes or something and I was just like, oh my God, okay, this is an incredible show. And what's so great about it is in every single episode you uncover more and more about each character and you learn from all the other characters about your character. So I play Mary Robbins in the show. And as every episode goes on, you just learn more and more about her. Like, and more is revealed. So it's delicious.
What was the initial breakdown for Mary then for you?
So she works for Jack Wright and has worked for the Wright family for years. She's his housekeeper. So she's very proud of that role. I think anybody that has a position like that in life takes that role very seriously. And it's probably something that their mother did or their grandmother, or, it's kind of something that is part of your blood and part of who you are as a person. So her breakdown was very much like, that she's very loyal to the Wright family and to Jack, and she's very proud of what she does within the household. Yeah, they didn't obviously in breakdowns in castings, they can't give too much away because you're only, sent certain snippets of scenes to kind of audition with. So they can't give too much away, but there's a lot more to Mary than that. Like she is a keeper of secrets. She sees everything, she hears everything. That's kind of part and parcel of the job. So she's given a level of trust and a lot of trust from the family. So, she's very observant as well.
There's some incredible co-stars to this.
Right?
Are you looking forward to sharing a scene with most? Or were there some people in mind that you were excited about?
Well, when I arrived on set, I wasn't aware that Neve Cusack was in the cast. Now, Neve Cusack is somebody that I used to go to Stratford upon Avon and see doing Shakespeare when I was a young, like, thespian wanting to work in classical theatre, and her and kind of the Cusack family are like a legendary, actors that I've always kind of admired. So when I when I got in the car that was taking us from like unit base to set, and Neve Cusack was in the back of the car, I was like, okay. And what was lovely is I spent my first day with Neve all day. So we got chatting and yeah, it was really lovely because you're working with, people that are your idols really. And then also I had a wonderful time. A lot of my scenes are with Harry Lloyd. So he's a wonderful actor. He's such a wonderfully giving actor. I mean, everybody is in this cast, but most of my scenes were with him. So it was just a really nice dynamic that we had on set. So yeah, it's a great show. It's a great cast. Yeah.
Super fascinating. You never
Yeah.
know what's going to happen and who's
Yeah.
the money, who doesn't have the money, where does this go? How does everyone
Yeah.
align with everything? It's so intense and intriguing. Were there particular scenes that you were favorite that were favorites to you, ones that you're most proud of the work you put into?
Yeah, like because I've seen the whole series now, but on the day filming my last episode, It's that was one of my audition scenes. Well, part of it was one of my audition scenes, and it just fit. Like I just fitted into the role. Then, and that's why I got the job, is because I just kind of I was Mary, and I think that really comes across in that scene in the show, that there's so much to her and so much that she can and can't say, that it's just a really, I'm really proud of that scene. Yeah.
Well, the entire series is just start to finish, intense and
Yeah.
intriguing, so fascinating. As I said, you never know moment to moment who did what, where everything lies.
Yeah. Yeah. Who's got what? Who's like, there's, and that's the thing. That's what's so great about Chris Lang's writing, is that, it's could be anybody. It could be anybody. That's why have these people got this money and these people haven't, and what are the power play dynamics, and why has, like, Jack Wright, who's played by Trevor Eve, another amazing actor, why has Jack Wright given this amount to this person and not this amount to this person? And then it just, every episode just kind of draws you in, because you're like, well, I can't stop there. I need to watch more. So it's getting really good reviews. So, and I kind of no, I kind of knew it would, because it is just one of those shows that you're hooked instantly. Like it's great.
Absolutely. It's so fascinating. And you're like, is it next week yet? We need to know more. Could we not just stream them all at one time? Because
Well, at the moment in the UK, I'm not sure what it's like in the States, but in the UK at the moment, it's available on Alibi, out on catch up, so you can watch the whole 6 episodes.
oh,
But I'm not sure what it's doing in the US. I don't know if you can.
is it BritBox?
Yeah, it's on BritBox, but I don't know if that's like you can get all 6 episodes and binge it. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But I kind of like that old traditional, you have to wait a week.
Talk about it
Even
the
though I've seen
entire
it
time,
all.
all week long with your coworkers
Yeah.
and everything. Um,
Yeah.
so I'm really excited because this is such a fascinating show. Is there a way that you shook off being Mary at the end of the day?
There's I've learned throughout all of my kind of roles how to take the character off. And this wasn't an emotionally intense, like, distraught traumas and things like that. It wasn't one of those type of characters. So she was a lot easier to kind of peel away afterwards. But yeah, after every single like character that I play, I have to do a takeoff. It's just, you know, there'll always be a piece of you that's with that character and a piece of that character that's with you. Every single character, that I still carry a piece of every single one that I've ever played. But it is important for mental health and for, like, looking after yourself and well-being, to be able to take them off. And I've had to learn over the years, from when I think I was like 19 or something, when I played Desdemona, and she stayed with me for a very, 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 very long time. And of course, I was getting killed by my, like, the man that I loved every night.
Nice.
So it was a very difficult role to remove, and I really had to, it took me a while, and that's when I said to myself, I have to learn how to take this off. So yeah, I know how to, it's kind of it's a process. I know it sounds a bit, you know, arty and whatever, but I
It's
think each actor has their own way of doing it. Yeah.
What kind of fan response have you already been receiving to the show? People reaching out to you, I'm sure, talking to you endlessly about not just your performance, but how deep they've invested into this series.
Oh, the reviews that I'm reading, and the few people that have contacted me on social media, and all the reviews that I'm reading from like newspapers, but also the general public are, absolutely loving it. We've got 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. Like it's a proper show that people really seem to be getting into. And the only negative reviews, which I think is hilarious, is they're like, you kept us wanting more. You keep us wanting more. It's so unfair. And it's like, you can't give us a one-star review for that. We're doing our job. That's what the show is about. It makes you want more.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm hoping then there's already a season two here in the works, if possible, for
Well,
something else.
I think with Chris Lang's mind, I think there's definitely one there.
There's a version in there.
But let's see what, we have to wait and see viewers and things like that. So let's see. But hopefully, because there's definitely more questions to be answered.
What's next for you? Have you been busy working on some other projects recently?
So there's a few projects that I'm working on and that are coming out, but I can't talk about them just yet. But there is some writing projects that I've been kind of developing last however many years that I'm kind of getting back into slowly, which are just like stories that I'm passionate about telling,
Good.
that I feel that are not seen or heard as much. So yeah, so that's quite an exciting thing because that keeps me very creative and my kind of roles that I like to write about and
Good.
stories that I like to talk about. But yeah, there's a lot of chats and a lot of things in the pipeline, which is nice.
What would
But
you
I can tell you more as and when, not yet.
what would you like to say then to everyone who are fans and supporters of the incredible work you constantly do on our screens?
What would I like to say was that
Yes.
just thanks, like for supporting and following me. I've got some fans that have been with me since gosh, they're loyal. Like they've been with me for 20 years. When I first started, I did quite a lot of movies when I first started in my career, and like they're hardcore fans. So I want to thank them for that because it means a lot to me. You don't do this job. I don't think any actor does this job for the praise or for the recognition or anything like that. We do it because, well, I do it because it's part of my DNA. It's not something
Sure.
that, I've always done it. I've never known a life without it from when I was 3 or 4. It's just kind of been part of me. And it's just what I love. I love what I do. So it's like, yeah, it's really just to say thanks for supporting me, I think. And please continue to do so because there's a lot of exciting projects coming up.